Are you constantly being manipulated by your woman and you're not sure why, you're not sure what to do, and you just want it to stop because you're tired of being manipulated? You want to understand why she's playing these mind games, why she's manipulating you. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to avoid being manipulated by a woman. Manipulation happens in the most subtlest ways that you may not realize. And it may even started from when you first started dating the woman you're with now. So in the very beginning, when you first met, when you first started dating, there were certain things that she was doing that was manipulating you and you wasn't aware of it. But as time goes on in a relationship, you get together, you get serious, you think that you're safe from manipulation because you already went through the meeting and the dating phase. Now you're in a relationship and you're trying to figure out, why are you being manipulated still? Why is she starting to manipulate you and what to do about it? One of the reasons why you get manipulated is because you don't know who you are. If you do not know who you are, the woman will know who you are. She'll know everything about you front and back because she's studying you. She's watching you. She's looking at your behaviors. She's listening to what you say. Everything that you do, she sees everything. And that lets her know how to manipulate you because you do not know yourself. That's why it's very important to understand who you are, because when you don't know who you are, you make yourself an easy target. But not only knowing who you are, you have to stand for something. And what that means is you have to stand for who you are. What are you? Who are you? What do you stand for? Because when you know yourself and you stand for something, that allows you to demand respect and cooperation from her. Because here's the thing you got to remember. When you know who you are, you studied yourself, you'll know more of the tricks, the games, the manipulation, everything that a woman tries to do. You understand that because you know yourself. Because when you know yourself, you can understand the woman a whole lot more. You can understand her behavior, her pattern. You can understand the way she's thinking and why she does what she does. And that's going to allow you to stop her in her tracks because you know it. You know what's going on. You know yourself. So you're going to know what's going on once you know yourself. But if you don't know yourself, it's going to be hard for you to know her and to understand those patterns. Now, another way that you can avoid being manipulated, you must never, ever value sex more than yourself and your respect. And the reason why I say that is if you value sex more than yourself, more than your respect, she uses sex as a tool. How many times has a woman dangled sex in front of you? If you don't do this, we're not having sex tonight. I want you to think about all the times that a woman tried to manipulate you, or the woman you're with right now. How many times has she tried to manipulate you with sex just to get what she wants? And then you give in and then she gives you the sex, but she still gives you problems. She still disrespects you because she knows the value that you place on sex. And the value that you place on sex is more than yourself. It's more than respect. So she doesn't have to respect you. She just has to give you sex or dangle it in front of you just to get you to do what she wants you to do. And she gets her way and you don't. So understand that. Never value the sex more than yourself or your respect. Never, ever value sex more than yourself or your self-respect. Never. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about is you're afraid to walk away. You're afraid to walk away from the relationship, from the marriage. And when she knows that you're afraid to walk away, she has your balls in her hand. She has your balls in her purse because she knows she got you by the nuts. She knows she has you by the balls. And when she has you by the balls, she knows she can get her way with you because you're not going to leave.
Maybe you're on your knees, but you got them by the balls.
So if you don't know yourself and you don't stand for anything, you value the sex more than yourself and respect, and you're afraid to leave the relationship, what do you think that tells her? That tells her, well, I can get my way. I can do this. I can do that. I can have my way with him. He's afraid to leave the relationship. So if he's afraid to leave the relationship, I can do whatever I want because he's not going to leave. I can squeeze every resource out of him because he's not going to leave anyway. I can treat him exactly how I want to treat him because he doesn't know himself. You know what? I'm going to tell him who he is. I'm going to build him the way I want him to be because he doesn't know himself and he has no self-respect and he values the sex more than anything. So I got him. And once you understand this, you can use that to your advantage. You can use that to your advantage and be strong about this situation. And I wanted to share that because you may not be aware of it. It's very subtle. I mean, I want you to think about this. If you have a busy life, you got your career, you got your job, whatever, you got kids, family, whatever, or even if you don't, but you just have a busy life, right? You're not really focused on the intricacies of a relationship. You're not really focused on the things that women do just to manipulate you or to get you to do what they want you to do, because you don't have time to really deep dive and dissect into it. And that's why you come to this video, because I have the experience. I've done the work. I've talked to many women. I've dated many women around the world, and I understand what you're going through. I understand the frustration. And that's what this video is going to help you do, is going to help you to avoid being manipulated by a woman, so you can be that strong man that establishes respect in your relationship. And once you establish respect in your relationship, you can't just establish it and then everything magically fixes itself. You have to constantly put in the work. And that's part of being a man, and that's what you have to do. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. If you want to continue to be disrespected and be manipulated and not know what's going on, that's fine. But if you're tired of the bullshit, take action. Listen to what I'm telling you and take action and apply it in your life, in your relationship, and you will see a difference. You will see a difference. Apply that to your relationship so you will no longer be manipulated by a woman ever again.